you folks are part of the Helping Hands Guild. The guild, they help, as you can guess, pretty much wherever comes by. They help people in need. They have branches in various countries, and they are very prominent when it comes to adventures. And you folks are said adventurers. You guys have been not you've been part of the Helping Hand Guild for not very long. In fact, there are a rank system within the guild. Right now, you guys are bronze rank, and once you complete a certain amount of missions or do extravagant feats, you can get harder missions and bigger rewards once you grow up into the guild. So, if everyone could, in their inventory, add a bronze medallion of two hands shaking, that it will represent what your helping hands level would be. So you are in bronze. And as bronze, as newer recruits, you guys get kind of the dredges. You guys get the jobs nobody wants. And the first one you guys are sent to is that in the branch in Owron, they need more people. There's been a lot of disputes. There's a lot of inhospitable. I can't even talk today. Inhospitable people, countries even. There are four kingdoms. There is the kingdom in the Contemplation Mountains. There's going to be the kingdom in the country of the Gilly. There is the kingdom in the Holy Isles, and a kingdom in the Bone Country. And
Bone Country.
Bone Country.
The Bone Zone.
The Bone Zone. So, that is preliminary information. If you guys want to know more about things, you would have to talk to people who are from there. So you guys are headed to Primrose. You three are in a carriage, and there is a carriage driver. And you guys are headed west into Primrose, and you have a little bit of time to talk amongst yourselves or to the driver if you so wish.
So where are you boys from?
Giant. I hail from some mountains up north, from a separate kingdom that's a little bit outside of here. But I heard that there was adventure to be had in the Kingdoms of Owron, so I came out here searching for
And your name
good
is?
fights. My name is Onyx.
Nice to meet you,
With a
Onyx.
Y. Thanks. Nice to meet you too. Who are you?
My name is Kairos. I come from a city from a neighboring country called Rame, and I fought in the Colosseum there for glory and honor.
That's pretty intense. I'm glad you managed to survive to meet us here today. Guess that makes you a pretty competent fighter.
Decently. I might have been like the top ranked in the Colosseum, but that's nothing. There's nothing about that you need to know about. I flex a little.
Okay.
What about you,
I look
bro?
over.
I look at the bird man next to us.
The name's Fro. I'm a Kenku from the Shadowfell lands. I'm not really one for company. I usually travel alone. But I hear there's great opportunity where we're going. It's a pleasure to meet you both.
I've never
You as
exactly
well.
met you before, so this is pretty interesting.
I fought a couple of people like you, but never met one. Hopefully you won't be on the receiving end of my weapons as they were.
Likewise, you won't be in the end of my arrows.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
And not so much later, maybe about an hour after you guys get a little more acquainted, you guys arrive at Primrose. And from what you know or what you were told about Primrose is that a lot of people travel through here. Primrose is a place where the major branch in Owron is set to be. So there's plenty of people who are either looking for work, looking to join, trying to find adventures for various tasks, and more often there's going to be a lot of bards in this town in particular, just because that where there's adventures, there's a story, there's a song, there's a play to be held. So it's not so here. There is going to be a few schools of the bardic colleges, but you guys walk. You guys are dropped off in front of the Helping Hand Guild, and you're told to talk to the leader, Jarek.
Jarek, got it. Thank you, fine man. I waved to the carriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I waved to the carriage and wish him safe journeys to wherever he goes next.
He gives you a salute with two fingers, and he turns his carriage around and heads back east.
All right, gentlemen, let's go find this Jarek.
You guys
Onward.
You guys walk in, and there is plenty to see. There is a few people off to the side who are throwing daggers at a dartboard. There is a little huddle of bards who are fine-tuning instruments or swapping stories. But more often than not, you're going to see plenty of adventurers. Some are big and mighty. Some are thin and lithe. There are adventurers of every kind. And you can see that there is a bar in the back of the building. To the right, as you enter, there's a sort of separate room with its own door, and there you can buy discounted adventuring gear. And then, as you can look up, you see that there are many trophies that mount the walls here, but beyond them is a staircase that leads to the second floor, and in that second floor is a big set of double doors that you can assume is where the guildmaster resides.
BT dubs, they would have noticed this while we were in the carriage, but also I'm carrying a case with me.
Like a briefcase?
A case that has an instrument in it.
Oh.
Okay.
Because as a gladiator, for some reason, I get to start with a musical instrument as well. It's in the chat.
You whip out a tuba.
It's called a sousaphone, sir.
My mistake.
Get it right.
When you code name Kicker Next Door battle.
Yes, thank you, Asper, for giving the reference.
Love it. But yeah, you guys are free to do what you wish. You guys were set on assignment together, so you're presumably meant to talk to the leader together as well.
Well, I would love to talk to some of the other bards and get some stories and songs going, but first, let's go take care of talking to the leader, and then I'll play some music.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
No
You good with that, Crow?
No objections.
We go to is there a desk nearby with a person attending it out?
Yeah, if you look upstairs, there's definitely double doors. You don't see like an attendant or a assistant at the time.
Okay, so I guess we should go through the doors. That's the only place it looks like we can go at the moment. Seems like the obvious answer.
All right.
I approach the door. I
As-
knock on it.
As the three of you go up the stairs and you go to knock on the door, you hear a gruff, "Come in!" And you turn the handle. You open. You see a bugbear. He has glasses at the end of his nose, and he has leather-studded armor with little pieces of metal fastening it to itself. And it looks like he kind of like is working on bookkeeping. He has a bunch of papers on his desk. He has different books that are nearby, and he has an assistant next to him who is basically collecting the papers that he's signing. And for a moment he looks up and he looks down and he looks up again like, Oh, how can I help you? And he puts his glasses down to address you properly.
Hello.
Are you Jared?
I am indeed. And who might you be?
Onyx.
The name's Kairos.
And I'm Crow.
I see. Is there a reason you need my assistance?
We're the newest additions to the guild, and we were told to come find you.
Ah, right. I've put that paperwork somewhere. And he starts shuffling through his mess of papers, and eventually he lifts up a few books on the side, and he ekes out a sheet of paper. He's like, ah, here it is. Ah, I see. All right. Well, the guild master from where you're from, has told me that I can have you guys here, as you are part of the guild. You are all bronze, correct?
That we are.
All right. With that information, that's kind of all I need to know. So, can get you started with something pretty standard. I need you three to go and not patrol, but we've been getting reports over in the south of the country near Baywood of suspicious characters traveling in the night around the town. They haven't entered the town, but the citizens there are requesting a small investigation.
Whatever you say, boss. We'll go do it.
All right, good. Oh, and I have
Do we have a map, like us, our characters?
Yeah, you can purchase a map. It's not expensive. He tells you that you can buy one in the gear shop or the little workshop that's part of the guild. It's a gold map.
Okay.
And
Well, I'll just say I've heard of a couple towns around here, and I didn't hear much about Baywood. I assume that means it's a little bit of a trek away from here.
yes, that area.
Do you guys compensate us for means of travel?
We can get you some ways. We can get you as far as Yew Tree or Koboko, but beyond that, we need to for adventurers who need to travel back home quickly. Those caravans need to be ready at a moment's notice.
Sounds good.
But I have a second request, and this one is very optional. You see, we house a lot of bards and a lot of bards in this town, and there's a program where if adventure teams would like, they can have a bard for a time being. They're inexperienced. They don't know very much beyond their teachings, but just in their own way, they want to. This is kind of an extra credit program for them. You would definitely be compensated if the bard survives. Essentially, don't get them killed.
Try our best.
So you do it.
What do you say, boys?
A patrol mission to search for monsters and escort a bard. Sounds easy enough.
As long as I get to kill things.
All right. Well,
Aside from the bard, of course.
yes. Please don't kill the poor lad. He's not exactly the bravest. So keep him alive if you can. And he shovels some more papers, and he finds a different notebook, and he kind of like flips through it, and he tears off a page, and on it he just writes some words. He folds it up and he passes it to you guys. And he goes, your bard should be downstairs. His name is 50 Chickens.
Interesting name.
He's a kobold, and so their names are kind of whatever they like. And apparently he likes
That makes more sense.
50 chickens.
Interesting. Well, okay. I guess we'll go meet this 50 chickens, gentlemen.
you can report back through Mesfits. That's the messaging system here. We use little elemental demon guys. It's pretty cool. But you can send word back that it's been completed, or you request additional help. But to gain your reward, you must return here.
Okay, got it. And what is the reward for this quest specifically? Just
For this quest, it being a very simple task, it's about 5 gold per each of you, and then the escorting of the bard, that's going to add another 5 gold.
seems reasonable enough.
For each of us?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
So
You always have any other questions, Crow? And the name I'm blanking on?
Onyx.
Onyx. That's right. I'll remember eventually.
maybe one day.
I'm good.
All
The
right.
only question is, when do we start?
You can start immediately. You being guild members, you have a discount in the gear shop downstairs. You also have free lodging in this town specifically. But depending on what other cities think of us, and if they like us at all, you may potentially get a discount there too for lodging and food. But don't hold your breath.
Appreciate it.
Excellent.
And if you have any last minute questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you.
Okay. I don't have any questions, boys.
If that's all, then I hope you folks keep them safe and come back with some helped hands.
We'll do the guild proud, sir. We'll become the best team here.
He gives you a smile and says, "I'm sure of it. All right, be off now." And he immediately puts on his little glasses at the end of his nose and resumes signing and drawing up papers. You guys are now in the guild outside the double doors. What would you like to do next? Crow, do you do anything specific?
I just go. Do we need any other information? Is there any information I can gather from like around the place?
Maybe where Baywood is?
True. Yeah, we're gonna need to get a map from the adventurer room that we get discounts at.
I guess I'll go to the adventurers room.
All right. We'll take it from the top. Onyx, you go downstairs, and with the other two following and then eventually splitting off, you go grab a drink. There's a lot of drinks here, most of it alcoholic for obvious reasons, but there are some fruit and or mainly fruit options, I suppose, and the occasional water. What are you looking for?
Onyx will have a 1 brewski and a water.
All right. And once you raise your hand and the bartender comes by, you give your order, and not 2 minutes later, you have a ice cold brewski and a glass of water.
I give 1 gold.
He pushes it back to you. He's like, "No, members don't have to pay here."
Wow. In that case, could I get a second cup of water?
He just gives you a smile, and another glass of water comes your way.
Okay, perfect. So now I got 2 cups of water.
Will that be all?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Cryos, you go around looking for 50 chickens. The little note that you had gives a brief description of what he looks like. It's not a hand-drawn thing whatsoever. But from what it says, he is not a dancing, singing, or playing sort. He's more of a like playwright type of bard, a storyteller, if you will.
Got it. Well, I look up. I call out for him. Hello, I'm looking for 50 chickens. Is there anyone by that name here?
Roll me a perception check
I also make my way towards them.
or investigation, because you are looking for someone specifically.
We'll do perception. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. It's an 18.
Nice. You look around the room, and you can see that there is a kobold that is being bullied. He is he is being hung up like someone has him by the ankle upside down, and just papers are flying out of his little dress, or not dress, but like his dressings, his cloak and clothes.
I walk up playing the sousaphone. I'll give them a bigger nerd to bully.
Roll me intimidation.
Intimidation.
Also, one sec.
Uh-huh.
This is what's playing. I'm playing.
The VeggieTales theme song.
Correct.
Oh my god, I love that song.
And he told me to roll intimidation. I got a 14 playing this.
All right, I'm gonna roll against. It's a flat d20. 11.
Let's fucking.
You come in.
To talk to tomatoes.
You come in with your sousaphone, and you have your angry eyes, and your song is a little intimidating, albeit a pretty loud. But you grab their attention, and just something about it. It's just like, come on, fellas, we don't. We're sick of bullying him, anyways. Let's go somewhere else. And they just shove
It's
off.
a little too weird for us.
Yeah. They just move along, and 50 Chickens is now on the ground. He is rubbing his head as he sort of like landed on it, and he starts to slowly like pick up his ink, his quills, and his books. He goes, thank you. You didn't have to do that.
But it was my pleasure to do it, especially since you're at the bar that we've been assigned to for our mission. Hello, my name is Kiros.
Oh, I'm 50 Chickens, and he raises his arm, and his sleeves are a bit longer than his arms, so he has to roll up his sleeves a little bit before shaking your hand, if you do so.
Excellent. I'd go to shake his hand.
So, what kind of job are we going to do?
We're going to do a little bit of patrolling of a town called Baywood. Apparently, there's been some things seen in the night that are making people uncomfortable. So we're going there to figure out, to investigate and patrol and help out the surrounding area.
Okay, not exactly an exciting mission, but this will be my first mission.
Got to start somewhere, buddy.
I think we're gonna get along pretty good, don't you?
I think we're going to get along swimmingly, especially you and my buddy Crow. You guys are going to be best friends.
He sounds like a nice guy.
Speaking of, would you like to go meet our other compatriots that are joining us for the mission?
Sure. And he picks up his things, and he has like a little knapsack with him, and he just shoves it all into it and follows you.
I lead him to the others, whichever one's nearest.
All right. While you are leading 50 Chickens, Crow, you go into the workshop, and as you enter, a little bell rings, and you see that there is a human guy, and he's behind the counter, and he's just kind of waiting around. If anything, he's just polishing a few daggers that he has, and he sees you coming. He's like, welcome. What are you looking for?
No, I'm looking for a map to Baywood, if you will.
Well,
That's the place, right?
yeah. Well, a map to Baywood. Well, I can get you a country map if that's easier, and you won't have to, buy a map for every route,
That's fine. I'll take what I can get.
All right. Will that be one map, sir? They're a gold apiece.
Map for each of us, or would map be fine? One map be fine.
I will
One's
have.
probably fine.
Yeah, one's probably
Huh?
fine, but if anything happens to that one person, then the other people are kind of lost unless they make some sort of checks.
I'll just take three in case.
All right.
I
Well,
need three, my man.
I can handle that for you. And he pulls out three maps, and he has them in like a big flat shelf, and he rolls them up, and he has one in each map carrying case, and he goes, "All right, that'll be three gold."
Alrighty, go.
He takes the money and he puts it underneath the counter, and he goes, "Is there anything else you're looking for? We have some basic armor and weapons if you need it. Some adventuring gear too, ropes, lanterns, you name it."
Uh, Let me get a rope. I'll take a
Sure.
rope.
Just one rope, sir? We have two different ropes. We have hemp rope and silk rope.
Um, I'll get them both. Why not?
All right. I like your style. And he pulls out two different ropes and he puts it onto the counter. And he goes, "That's going to be 2 gold.
That's perfect.
Anything else I can
I
help
think
you with?"
I'm all set, sir.
All
That'll be
right.
all.
Well, you have a great day, sir, and may you help many hands.
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
All right,
I walk away.
I was gonna say I probably at this point I'm assuming we're coming back together.
right.
I probably heard the sousaphone actions, so I'm gonna be walking towards our buff friend Kairos,
Kairos, like
towards
gyros.
Kairos, and I'd like to be drinking my brewski while I'm going over there, and potentially bumping into the dude since he's small. 50 chickens.
Yeah. Onyx and Kairos, you guys meet up first, and then Crow a few beats later. But you all come together, and you guys can take it from here.
Hey,
Welcome back,
Kairos,
gentlemen.
you find who we're
Yes,
looking
this
for?
is our new good friend, 50 Chickens. 50 Chickens. This is Onyx and Crow.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hi, how are you doing? I'm 50 Chickens, and he rolls up his sleeve and attempts to shake your hand.
You shake his hand.
And like a shadow, I also shake his hand on top of his hand.
Wow, you guys are really intimate, huh?
I squint and I say, it would appear that way.
Well, I'm 50 Chickens, and I'm part of the Scribe College, and I'm going to be recording your exploits and your demeanors, and hopefully I get a good grade.
Wonderful. I hope you truly are able to grasp the essence and glory of the wonderful works we are about to do. So, gentlemen, I guess that means we should go and get our means of transportation to start heading towards Baywood.
Sounds like a great idea.
That reminds me, I got 3 maps for us.
Oh, thanks,
No.
bro.
Attaboy, Crow.
Would either of you guys like a glass of water?
I'll have one.
There you go.
All right,
I chugged a glass of water.
you guys start heading out, start looking for transportation.
Correct.
All right. Once you're outside, it's not difficult to find transportation. If anything, it's like almost like a taxi service. There are many carts and many wagons with riders, and as long as you show them your emblem, it seems like they'll take you as far as Yew Tree or Koboko.
Is Yutri or Koboko?
So I assume one of you guys pulls up on a carriage and asks for a ride.
Yeah, I'll walk up.
You walk up and you show your medallion, and like many you see around you, the driver, he just says, hop aboard. We'll get you. You guys headed to U Tree, or are you trying to go to Kaboko?
We'll head to U Tree first. We'll head to U Tree.
All right. We'll be there in about 2 days.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, kind sir. All right, boys, hop along.
And you guys all pilot into the back of the wagon, and you are off. You guys pass through the town of Soom. It's a lot less clustered, a lot less busy than Primrose, but there is a chance to stop here. Would you guys like to spend the night here in Soom, or would you like to keep moving?
Sooner we get the job done, the better, in my opinion, boys. Unless you guys want to stop to sleep.
You know what they say, the first 90 days of the job are the most important.
This guy right here gets it. Also, good luck sleeping in the carriage, Onyx, with me playing my sousaphone the whole time.
The whole time?
Oh my god. He's got lungs of steel.
A large majority of the time.
Sitting on top of the carriage.
Well, Onyx and Crow, you guys might enjoy this town, because as you go through it, you guys see that it's a very martial town. There's a lot of warriors here, a lot of people with either big weapons or small weapons, range weapons, but they all seem to be a form of hunter. Different people are doing different things, and there's archery ranges, there's training dummies, and it seems like this place just draws in a person who knows how to fight with a weapon. But do you guys stay here, or do you guys keep moving?
I'm going to say now, this is a wonderful town. If it wasn't for the fact that we already had a mission, I'd say this is the kind of place we should have got a job from. Probably would be a lot more fun.
All right, so you guys keep moving?
Let's keep moving.
All right. The driver, he just keeps moving. You guys go through this town, and you guys rest and sleep in the carriage. And at some point, you guys might have stopped, but most of you sleep through it, and you eventually wake up halfway to U Tree. And you never realized something, but this person, this driver, you don't know if they slept. You don't know if they stopped, and whether that's interesting or not. That's very helpful for doing long drives in short distances, at least.
Well then. Hey, buddy, you good up there?
You see them turn their head, and you roll me an insight.
He's doing fine. I'm holding his hands while he's doing that.
I got 17 on the insight.
Beautiful. You look at him, and something's not right. Like, not wrong, but not normal. You can see that this person charmed themselves. They gave themselves some sort of spell, or maybe it's part of the job, but they look like they're fine, but they're very stone-faced. They don't look like they have a lot to work with expression-wise.
Can I try to roll to see what exactly spell I think he might be under? Do an Arcana check on him
Sure.
or something? That's a 9.
Unfortunately, you can't really tell. It could be a number of spells. It could be a number of spells. It could be a combination of spells. But regardless, this seems to work for the driver, and it seems that this is probably part of the process.
Well, guys, he seems okay-ish. I guess this is just how the job works. This is how you drive long distances without passing out. I think it's trustworthy. I don't know about you guys. I think we're fine.
Well, he got us to where we needed to go.
Exactly.
This
He's got
could
us
be
this
part of the
far.
reason why this is only as far as they can go.
Fair. I say we just let him
Well,
keep doing his job and sit back and relax.
I give him a handshake for getting us here, and then I tell him to keep helping hands.
That's what you did there.
When
I
you
think that's the slogan.
when you go to like approach him directly, he kind of snaps out of it, and you see him blink a little bit. And he goes, and kind of looks around like, "Oh, excellent. What were you saying?"
I said, oh, thanks for getting us here, and keep helping hands.
Oh, thank you. I do work for tips if that matters. But I hope to travel with you folks again.
I give him the one gold that I didn't give to the brewski.
And he takes it happily, and he nods his head, and you see him go and park his carriage at a tavern, and you see him walk in. You guys are in Yew Tree. Yew Tree has very, very particular people. These people are all cat people. They're all cat folk. And all of their housing and all of their huts and such make it very interesting to live in. There are multi-level homes built from trees, bark, rope, vines, and the such. A lot of tree houses and apartments of a sort. But there is plenty of walking room and rope bridges, so you can get anywhere from just about anywhere.
Are they more cat people or people cats?
They're more... Okay, that's a very interesting question. They're more cat people.
Okay.
Got it. Also, so we're just in Four Tree City right now? Got it.
Right.
So, you guys are in Yew Tree.
Why safe here?
As a bird.
True, he's freaking...
Oh, yeah.
Stick
Bird
close to
man.
us. If anything happens, we got your back.
Crow, roll insight.
Oh boy. Oh.
They haven't stopped staring at you since you got here.
You don't know if people are watching
Oops.
are watching you and looking away too quickly, or if it's your paranoia. But you have a weird itch in the back of your neck that people are looking at you. But no
If we're
one.
not careful, we'll end up with 49 chickens.
50 Chickens immediately starts writing that down. Great joke, sir.
I just look at him. It wasn't a joke.
He blinks at you and then realizes and starts scratching out what he wrote. But nonetheless,
so, I mean, do we...
yeah, you guys are in Yew Tree, and it is about midday. What would you like to do?
Well, our mission's in Baywood, so we still have more traveling to do, but is there anything that you boys might want to do here in this town? Except for maybe Crow, get the heck out of here?
I mean, if anything, we could just maybe ask some people what the lands up ahead are like, and maybe even figure out why there isn't any transport past here
Fair argument.
across the borderlands.
As I say, I was assuming that the river is a natural border, and at least the people from Rose don't go past the border.
True,
Maybe.
since they are different kingdoms, it could be a thing like that.
But it is probably also just a good idea. We can ask and get the confirmation on that.
Yeah, let's do that.
See what's going on in the area.
Are there like guards or anybody around here? Some cat guards?
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some people in leather armor. Nothing heavy duty, but you can imagine that the cat folk like to be very quick on their feet. And so there are guards. They have an assortment of weaponry, not to the extent of like specialized, but there's swords, there's shields, there's spears. Maybe you might see like one or two with like a larger like great sword, but it doesn't vary very much from there.
I'll approach a guard and I'll say, "Hello, we're here with Helping Hand, and we're making our way to Baywood. We just want to know if there's anything you could let us know on the way there. We're doing a patrol for monsters and things of that nature. Of something going on at night. So maybe you guys have heard something about this."
They look you over for a moment and they go, "Yeah, there's been some border disputes here and there. It depends on who you talk to and where they're from. It varies. It varies a lot. But here in the borderlands, we kind of keep to ourselves. Each town is kind of their own thing, you know? We're not exactly a kingdom of sorts. But
Because are you guys technically not a part?
yeah, the borderlands is not a part of any kingdom. We simply keep the neighboring kingdoms at bay at best. We're undisputed land that eventually got inhabited.
I look at the map and I kind of mark to the guy like Kobako, Utri, all this stuff in the
Yeah, with
middle, like Bogan and everything.
with a
Like, oh, so are these areas all good?
yeah, with a finger, he points out a that beige line is more or less the borders of countries, and everything in between is simply empty land. Villages have sprouted, but there's no like rulers, no kingdom, and the borderlands are simply a bunch of villages that sort of adhere to one of those rules if they get too close, but they don't. They typically don't fight or go to other lands unless they needed to.
Unless it's to lend a helping hand.
Jeez. And they also say, and be careful if you try to cross the border into one of these kingdoms. There's a hefty entry fee if you want to get in. It's about 100 gold a person. So unless you really need to get in there for something, I don't recommend it. And if you ever get caught without paying the fee, well, let's just say you're out of the Borderlands help. And probably along with your Helping Hands Guild.
Interesting. Well, that's definitely a good piece of information to know.
Things can get out of hand
What were you
pretty
saying?
quickly. But there's been a few that have crossed the border and maybe made it out alive, but those are just stories and rumors. A lot of these countries have their own way of protecting their lands, and let's just say that if you ever want to test the waters, be ready for either a fight or an inevitable death.
Sounds good. I appreciate the information.
50 Chickens is writing this information down, so if you guys ever forget about it, 50 Chickens got you covered.
Thanks, Mr. Chicken.
He gives you a thumbs up through his very long sleeves. Is there anything else I can help you folks while you're in town?
I think we're pretty much okay. Yeah? I look to
Yep.
the group.
We Gucci, as
Well-
everyone's heard someone say.
If you ever want to go and visit one of our famous taverns, we have great beds here.
Oh, how do you guys feel about kinkus?
This person immediately looks over to Crow and goes, they're nice people.
Okay.
Tried a kitty souffle. I have.
All they do is just look at you with the same like grin and just looking at you, just smiling. Their mind's somewhere else.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. Picturing you on a plate.
Well, anyways, on that note, I think we might be on our way. Oh, about how long would you say it takes to get to Baywood by foot from here?
Oof, by foot, it might take you a while. Baywood is a 2-day journey by cart alone. It might take you an extra day to get there.
Do you guys have a cart system, or is this the end of the line until we get across the water?
Not every village has a cart system, and we're not exactly long traveled sort of folk. You might find something in Boggin. There, it's a cattle town, so you most likely get a ride. But they probably only go to the next town over and then return.
Sure. They are in a pretty awkward place otherwise. Okay. Well, thanks.
Absolutely. And be safe. I'm just looking at Crow with a glint in its eye.
Roll intimidation.
Me or you? Oh.
Damn, I ain't scary enough.
Yeah.
He's lunch.
Yeah. You're looking a little more delectable after that.
I ain't scary enough.
I take the little apple out of his mouth.
So
Looking kind of juicy over there, Jason.
what do you boys do now?
Escape.
Ruining my vibe.
Escape.
We this is place, and I mean, once again, unless you guys have mysterious business in Utri I didn't know about, I'm fine just heading straight to Bogan.
True. We gotta get our rank up anyways. Sooner we can, the better. We get more things I'm sure will be available to us.
More bag space.
Rise and grind, boys.
You know it, brother.
We can start here.
We'll make our way.
Well,
What's
we
our
start
mile pace? How fast?
You can get to Boggin in
Kiros.
the middle of tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan to me. Everyone else okay with that?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Is that without camping through the night?
Yeah, that's without camping. If you camp, you probably get there like late evening.
Okay. What says you boys? Start heading out and we'll camp in the night, or you want to hang out here in town and head out in the morning?
We camp through the night.
Excellent. Crow, you go with that?
Potential that we get attacked camping tonight, or we safe?
It's a potential.
There's potential. There's always potential to be attacked in D&D, no matter where you are.
And I'm willing to take.
50
Sounds
chickens.
good. I heard XP.
You okay camping in the night in the woods, 50 chickens on the way to Bogan?
He looks at you and goes, "I've never gone camping before. Sounds fun."
I was gonna say, can't get a good story if you don't go on, take some risks every once in a while.
All the best stories have like adventures roughing it once in a while.
Exactly. I'm glad you get it. Catch on quick, kid. All right. So off to Bogan we go then.